This is the WP Week podcast, powered by Profile Press, 20i, and WP Job Openings. WordPress moves through another busy week of releases, experiments, and community activity, with updates across core, plugins, and services that point to where the platform is heading next. Profile Press lets you sell subscriptions, digital downloads, courses, and restrict content with Stripe and PayPal integrations. Looking for better hosting? Upgrade to auto-scaling WordPress hosting from 20i for always-on, always-fast performance you'll fall in love with. See the difference and get your first month for only $1. And WP Job Openings is the easiest way to set up a professional career page and start accepting applications in just minutes. A range of updates across WordPress core, security, and the wider plugin ecosystem this week highlights both ongoing platform development and the shifting priorities within its community and businesses. WordPress 7.0. Armstrong, the first major release of the year from the WordPress project, has been released and brings a wide set of changes across the platform. The release focuses on improved AI capabilities, new blocks, enhancements to the font library, a new connectors interface, a modernized dashboard, visual refinements, and a strengthened developer toolbox. The launch was originally planned for Contributor Day at WordCamp Asia, but was delayed to allow more refinement work, especially around real-time collaboration. That feature was ultimately removed before release. Alongside the launch, Oliver Sild warned that combining WordPress 7.0 with vulnerable plugins could increase attempts to steal AI API keys. A concern that sparked wider discussion across the community, including responses from Matt Mullenweg and other contributors. Planning has already begun for WordPress 7.1, with a proposed final release date of August 19, 2026, and a call for volunteers to help run the release process. The project is inviting contributors into focused roles such as release lead, tech lead, triage lead, test lead, and release coordination, continuing its shift toward a smaller release squad model. At the same time, WordPress is exploring expanded Unicode email support, aiming to let users register names and email identifiers, beyond the traditional A to Z range. A new experimental media editor modal is now available for testing in Gutenberg. The feature introduces a dedicated image editing workflow that replaces the current inline crop tool and adds a new window with freeform cropping. In parallel, PHP support labeling has been updated as WordPress removes the beta tag for PHP support. The documentation now confirms full support for PHP 8.5 in WordPress 7.0 and 6.9, and expanded coverage for earlier PHP versions in recent releases. The AI plugin 1.0.0 update introduces request logging for better observability of AI activity, a connectors approval experiment, alongside broader editorial workflow refinements. Gutenberg 23.2 adds responsive global block styles with state handling, motion design tokens, and additional design system improvements. On the infrastructure side, WooCommerce.com is now running on nightly WooCommerce core build. This allows for earlier detection of regressions and performance issues through automated deployments, testing pipelines, and AI-assisted review processes with human approval. The WordFence Intelligence Weekly WordPress Vulnerability Report recorded 78 vulnerabilities across 62 plugins and 2 themes. WordPress.com also introduced new features, including the Blueprints Gallery, a beta feature called Lately for weekly letter creation, and Easy Site Editor. Outside the ecosystem, Wix announced plans to cut roughly 1,000 jobs, about 20% of its workforce. This results from a significant stock decline and increased costs related to artificial intelligence investments. Community developments around the WordPress ecosystem continue to expand. The State of WordPress Security 2026 report by Guarding WP found that more than half of the tested websites were running at least one vulnerable plugin. It also reported that most sites lacked modern security headers, many exposed their WordPress version, and a significant portion still had XML RPC enabled. GoDaddy has joined the Agentic AI Foundation as a gold member, bringing total membership to 190 organizations focused on open protocols and interoperable AI systems. InMotion Hosting has launched a new agency partner program that scales benefits based on total client account value rather than per sign-up payouts. T? He Do the Woo podcast has moved to independence, now operating as a standalone publication at dothewoo.com with its own feed and archives retained on Open Channels FM. Other community updates include Angie Cloud Library introducing reusable AI workflow snippets for cross-site use, and AI answers arriving in Jetpack Search. Modular DS 3.0 introduces integrated malware scanning through Immunify, alongside patch stack protection, broken link detection with redirect fixes, and a set of other features. Fluent Boards 1.95 adds a Gantt chart view, MCP support for AI agents, task pinning, and other refinements. Bitform v3 delivers a redesigned form-building experience with multi-site support, email OTP verification, improved conditional logic, and a refreshed dashboard and builder interface. Etch 1.4.19 adds file handling in its AI assistant, including drag-and-drop uploads and CSV reading from the media library, along with a new on-save hook. Novamira 1.3.0 introduces skills, allowing users to build reusable AI-driven capabilities using Markdown, uploads, or guided generation workflows. WPScan 4.0.0 brings explicit scan control, authentication-based enumeration, and real-time vulnerability results. Gato AI Translations for Polylang 18.0 expands multilingual capabilities across blocks and widgets, including compatibility with advanced custom fields blocks and modern PHP-only blocks introduced in WordPress 7.0. Divi 5 introduces 5 new modules including Timeline, Breadcrumbs, SVG, Table of Contents, and Instagram feed. The WordPress plugin review ecosystem has seen discussion around faster review cycles, with users reporting quicker approvals and speculation about AI-assisted screening. Jose Conti has expanded his nonprofit licensing program globally. He now offers free lifetime plugin licenses and support for registered nonprofit organizations through a personally reviewed donation-based model. Ross Morsali reflected on more than a decade of building search and filter, describing how early resistance to WordPress evolved into long-term plugin development, and how AI experimentation is now shaping his work. Zishan reported declining traffic for LearnDash, and discussed the removal of its experts page, noting impacts on referrals and ongoing SEO experiments to recreate similar discovery pathways. Brad Williams observed that many WordPress product companies are shifting from one-time downloadable products towards subscription-based services, describing it as a broader structural change in the ecosystem. FrontPress Studio was also introduced as a new flat file CMS by Marco Kristich. A wave of new projects and plugins continues to emerge across the ecosystem. DesignSetGo Apps enables deployment of Astro, React, or plain HTML apps inside WordPress with sandboxed execution and controlled data access. The Vercel AI Gateway Provider plugin connects WordPress sites to the Vercel AI Gateway, enabling access to a wide range of generative AI models across multiple providers. Baton introduces workflow orchestration for the WordPress Abilities API. Block MCP from GravityKit provides an MCP server that allows AI agents to edit posts at the block level while preserving Gutenberg structure. Dino Menu automatically builds responsive menus from posts, pages, categories, and WooCommerce taxonomies. Microsoft Smart TOC generates linked tables of contents from post headings automatically. VariantFlow introduces a lightweight native A/B testing tool for the block editor. WordPress Hooks Graph provides visualization of actions and filters as an interactive dependency graph for analysis or AI use. Theme Blockade offers a lightweight utility that disables full-site editor changes on staging and production environments to prevent accidental template overrides. Haydi is an AI autopilot plugin that connects WordPress to multiple AI providers through WordPress 7.0 connectors for building and debugging plugins and themes directly from the admin interface. PushMD turns a WordPress site into a Git remote, enabling push and pull workflows through REST endpoints. ActiveLayer provides API-based spam protection for forms and comments across platforms. JetMessenger introduces a private contextual messaging system tied to site objects such as orders, posts, and users, designed for marketplaces and similar applications. Translate XYZ introduces an umbrella suite of AI translation tools, integrating with Polylang, WPML, TranslatePress, and Loco Translate using multiple AI providers. Structure Minimal Theme delivers a lightweight travel blog design with a monochrome base, blush accents, and editorial typography. That wraps up this week's roundup, packed with releases, milestones, new tools, and plenty of movement across the ecosystem. Thanks for listening to the WP Week podcast, sponsored by Profile Press, 20i, and WP Job Openings. We'll catch you next week with more stories from the world of WordPress.